May 1st. 4 months have passed already in this year. Boy, I'm told that when you get older, time passes faster. In my community, there's a golf course. And I go out and play once in a while and make a fool of myself. That's okay. Still have fun doing it. But when you get to be 75, you get to play from the gold tees. The gold tees are several yards closer to the hole. And a lot of the guys says, well, you're still awful young, aren't you? I said, no, I've only got a few more months and I'll be 75. And they said, well, that's not going to be fair if you get to hit from up there because you can drive it past the rest of us from the white tees. So, okay. Anyway.
Can't win, can you?
This week I was trying to come up with a good topic for a thought for the week, and I was thinking to myself, well, I used a computer program, some notes that I had and other things. I said, I just felt like I couldn't quite do it justice, so I changed my topic. I walk in this morning and I go back to the reference table in the back of our room. There it was, Growing in God's Grace, the book, the topic that I wanted. So I have it. It'll be coming in weeks to come. So thank you, John Frederickson, for publishing such a good book. I'm sure I'll have come in quite handy. My thought for the week is nation Israel's heaven on earth. And this is Israel's heaven, not to be confused with the body of Christ spending eternity in heaven, in the heavenlies. This is the new heaven and the new earth. I'm going to read from Revelation 21. And I saw the new heaven and the new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth were passed away. There was no more sea. And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from God out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. And I heard a great voice of heaven saying, Behold, the tabernacle of God is with men, and he will dwell with them. And they shall be his people, and God himself shall be with them, and be their God. And God said, And God shall wipe away all their tears, and there shall be no more death, no more sorrow, no more crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away. And he that sat upon the throne said, Behold, I make all things new. And he said unto me, Write these words. Write, for these words are true and faithful. And he said unto me, It is done. I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. I will give unto him that athirst of the fountain of the water of life freely. He that overcometh shall inherit all things, and I will be his God, and he shall be my son. But the fearful and unbelieving, and the abominable, and the murderers, and whoremongers, and sorcerers, and idolaters, and all liars, shall have their part in the lake which burneth of fire and of brimstone, which is the second death. Now this is the description of the New Jerusalem. And there came unto me one of the seven angels, which had the seven vials full of the seven last plagues, and talked with me, saying, Come hither, I will show thee the bride, the Lamb's wife. And he carried me away in the spirit to a great and high mountain, and showed me the city of the holy Jerusalem descending out of heaven from God, having the glory of God, and her light was like unto a stone most precious, even like a jasper stone, clear as crystal. And had the wall great and high, and had 12 gates, and at the gates 12 angels. The names written thereon, which are the names of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. On the east 3 gates, on the north 3 gates, on the south 3 gates, and on the west 3 gates. And the wall of the city had 12 foundations, and in them the names of the 12 apostles of the Lamb. And he that talketh with me had a golden reed to measure the city, and the gates thereof, and the wall thereof. And the city lieth foursquare, and the length is as the breadth. And he measured the city with the reed, 12,000 furlongs. The length and the breadth and the height are equal. And he measured the wall thereof, 144 cubits, according to the measure of a man, that is, the angel. And the building of the wall of it was of jasper, and the city was pure gold, like unto glass. And the foundations of the wall of the city were garnished with all manner of precious stones. The first foundation was jasper, the second sapphire, the third chalcedony, and the fourth an emerald, the fifth sardonyx, the sixth sardius, the seventh crystallite, the eighth beryl, the ninth topaz, and the 10th chrysoprase. Probably pronounced that wrong. The 11th jacinth, and the 12th amethyst. And the 12 gates were the 12 pearls. Every civil gate was one pearl, and the street of the city was pure gold, as it were transparent glass. And I saw no temple therein. The Lord Almighty and the Lamb are the temple of it. And the city had no need for the sun, neither the moon to shine in it. For the glory of the Lord did lighten it, and the Lamb is the light thereof. And the nations of them which were saved shall walk in the light of it, and the kings of the earth shall bring their glory and honor into it. The gates of it shall not be shut at all by day, for there is no night. There is no night there. And they shall bring the glory and honor of the nations into it. And there shall be no wise enter into any part that defileth, neither whatsoever worketh abomination or maketh a lie, but they which are written in the Lamb's book of life. Now this is for the church, the body of Christ. It's for us. And I'm going to read from 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 1. We don't have quite the descriptive commentary in the Bible for the church, for heaven, for the church, the body of Christ, as they do for nation Israel, but it's still going to be awesome. For we know that if our earthly house, this tabernacle, were dissolved, we have a building of God, an house not made with hands, eternal in the heavens. For in this we groan earnestly, desiring to be clothed upon with our house which is from heaven. So if being clothed, that we shall not be found naked. For we that are in this tabernacle do groan, being burdened, not for what we would be unclothed, but clothed upon with mortality, which might be swallowed up of life. Now he that hath wrought us, the self-same thing, is God, and also hath given unto us the earnest of the Spirit. Therefore we are always confident, knowing that whilst we are at home in the body, we are absent with the Lord, for we walk by faith, not by sight. We are confident, I say, willing, rather than to be absent from the body, to be present with the Lord. Therefore we labor that, whether present or absent, we may be accepted of him. For we must all appear before the judgment seat of Christ, that every one may receive the things done in his body according to that he hath done, whether it be good or bad. That concludes my thought for the week. And in the coming time, we're going to do one with God's grace. Awesome subject. Thank you.